Good morning, students. We are discussing on railway and airport engineering, wherein in the previous lecture we have discussed about the station yards. In today's lecture, we will discuss on the signaling and interlocking in the railway engineering. Starting the lecture with the first one, signaling. What is signaling? This signaling is a medium of communication between the station master or the counselor sitting in a remote place in the office and the driver which is driving the train. So this signaling consists some of the systems device by which the trains are operated efficiently and tracks are used with its maximum extent, with that maintaining the safety of the passenger and the staff as well as the rolling stock. Okay, this signaling includes the use and the working of signals points, the block instruments and other equipments. There are some of the objectives for which we are providing this signaling, that is to provide the facility for the efficient movement of the trains, to maintain a safe distance between the trains that are running on the same line in the same direction, also to ensure the safety of two or more trains that have to cross the approach to each other, also to provide the facilities for the safe and efficient shunting operation, as well as to guide the trains with the restricted speed during the maintenance and repair of the track, also to ensure the safety of the train when it comes in the contact with the road traffic at the level crossings. Okay, now these signals are classified into few categories while we are providing this signaling, that is a kind of system or communication, but for that we have to provide some devices which called as the signals. So that signals are classified into few categories. Okay, so let's see what are the classifications of the signaling. Signalings is mainly classified into two categories, that visible signals and the audible signals. But these visible signals are of two types, that is the hand signal and the fixed signals. The fixed signals have the caution indicators and stop signs with the colored light as well as semaphore signals. So let's initially discuss about these audible signals. These audible signals such as detonators as shown in this figure, and some of the fog signals are used in the cloudy and the foggy weather. Okay, when the hand or fixed signals are not visible at that situation or at that places, we use such type of audible signals. While their sound can immediately attract the attention of the drivers. Okay, these detonators contain explosive material and are fixed to the rail by means of clips. While in a thick foggy weather, detonators are kept about 90 meters ahead of the signal to indicate that the presence of signal to the drivers. Once the train passes over the detonators, thereby causing them to explode, and the driver becomes alert and keeps lookout for the signal so that he or she can take the requisite actions. So this is how this audible signal works. Now let's see what is visible signals and what are the types of visible signals. These visible signals are visible and draw the attention of the drivers because of their strategic positions. As earlier we have seen that there are two types, the hand signals and the fixed signals. These hand signals are in the form of flag, which can be red or which can be green. Okay, because this both color indicates different actions to be considered. Okay, so this hand signals are in the form of flags which are fixed with the wooden handles that are held by railway personnels or railway authorities that are assigned for this particular duty. Well, if the flag are not available, signaling may be done by using the bare arms during the day, but in the night, the hand lamps with the movable green or the red lights are being used for signaling. Okay, then there are another one that is the fixed signal. Well, the another one that is the fixed signals. Well, these are firmly fixed on the ground by the side of the track, and it can be further subdivided into two different types. Those are the caution indicators and the stop signals. Okay, well, these caution indicators are fixed signals provided for communicating to the driver that the track ahead is not fit for running the train at the normal speed. So those are kind of the caution indicators, or we can say kind of a warning. Okay, and these signals are used when engineering works are underway and are shifted from one place to another depending upon the requirements. Okay, and the another one that is the stop signal. Well, this stop signals are also fixed type of signals and that normally do not change their positions. They inform the drivers about the condition of the railway line lying ahead, while the stop signals normally used on the railways with like this semaphore signals or some of the colored light signals and some other such signals that we will discuss further in this lecture. Okay, so this is what brief about this visible signals. Now here we have mentioned a kind of signal that is the semaphore signals. So let's discuss about that semaphore signals. This semaphore signals consist of a movable arm pivoted on the vertical post through a horizontal pin that here shown in this figure, while the arm of the semaphore signals are being placed at the side facing of the driver and are painted with a red and white vertical strips. Okay, while the other signal the other side of the signal is painted with the white with the black vertical strip, while the complete mechanical assembly of the signal consists of an arm, a pivot, a counterweight spring, and is housed on the top of a tubular or the lattice post. In order for the signal to also be visible at the night station, a kerosene oil or the electric lamp are being placed and operated through a twilight switch, which is here shown in this figure as fixed to the post. Well, a spectacle is also attached to the moving single arm, which contains the green and the red colored glass. Okay, so when the light will on, that will show the red or the green signals. Okay, this red glass is positioned at the upper end and the green glass is being positioned at the lower end of the spectacle. Well, the semaphore signals can be also used as a stop signal as well as the warner signals. Well, with reference to the lower quadrant signaling, the color aspect of a semaphore signal and their corresponding indications when the arm of the signal is in two distinct positions. Okay, the lower quadrant semaphore signals move only in the fourth quadrant of the circle and have only two color aspects. Well, these signals are designed to be fail safe so that if there is any failure in the working of the equipment, they will always be in the stop position so that there not be possible of any kind of accidents happen. Okay, so the signals are operated by hand levers or the buttons located in a central cabin, which is normally provided near the station master's office. The semaphore signals are normally provided as the outer signals or the home signals. or also we can provide it as a starter signals. Okay, so this is the old pattern of providing the semaphore signals. Nowadays there are many advanced signals, but there are also a few of the stations or nearby stations where the semaphore signals are being installed. Well, the next is the warner signals. Well, in order to ensure the trains speed up safely, it is considered necessary that the warning sign be given to the drivers before they approach a stop signal. This advance warning is considered necessary, otherwise the driver may confront a stop signal when they least expect it, and it takes sometimes abrupt action which can lead to perilous situation. Well, this warner, or we can say the distance signal, has therefore been developed, which is to be used ahead of a stop signal and is in the form of a permissive signal that can be passed even in the most restricted condition. While in the case of the stop signal, the driver has to stop the train and van it is on the on position. But in the case of the permissive signal, the driver can pass through even when it is in the on position. Well, the warner signal is similar to the stop signal, except that the movable arm is given the shape of fish tail by providing this V-shaped notch at the free end, as shown in this figure number 2, that is C, or proceeding conditions. You can see in this figure. Okay, so this was about this warning signals. The next one is the colored light signals. All the signals are use colored lights to indicate the track condition to the driver, both during the daytime or the nighttime. In order to ensure the good visibility of these light signals, particularly during the daytime, the light emission of an electric 12 volt 33 watt lamp is being passed through the combination of these lenses, so that even in the daytime you can able to visualize these signals. This light is protected by the special lenses and hoods and can be distinctly seen even in the brightest sunlight. Okay, these lights are fixed on a vertical post in such a way that they are in line with the driver's eye level. The system of interlocking is so arranged that only one aspect is displayed at a single time. Okay, the colored light signals are normally used in suburban sections with a high traffic density. Okay, this colored light signals can be of 2 aspect, can be of 3 aspect, can be of 4 aspect. While here in this figure you can see the signals are considered as the 3 aspect signal, as it contains 3 lamps such as the green, yellow and the red one. While in the 4 aspect, the yellow light or we can say this amber is been located twicely, while in India mostly this 3 aspect or sometimes the 4 aspect color light signal are being used. Okay, in the case of 3 aspect signaling, these 3 colors are being used, wherein this green indicates the proceeding, the yellow indicates the proceed with some of the cautions, that means the limited speed, and this red light indicates the stop signs. Okay, the another one, that is the repeater signals. While in case where a signal is not visible to the driver from an adequate distance due to some of the sharp curvature or any other reasons, where the signal is not visible to the guard of the train from his position. Okay, at such places we can use such type of repeater signals. Okay, it is provided with an R marker, and it can be of different types, such as a square-ended or a colored light repeater signals, or a rotary or the kind of disc type of signals. All are shown in this figure. So these are some of the repeater signals. Well, the another one, that is the shunt signals. Well, there are many miniature signals and are of mostly used for regulating the shunting of vehicles in the station yard. Okay, unlike these fixed signals, these are the small in size and are placed on an independent post. Like in a semaphore signaling area, the shunt signals are of the disk type as shown in this figure. While this disk type of shunt signal consists of a circular disk with a red band on a white background, the disk revolves around a pivot and is provided with two different holes. Well, one for the red lamp and the second one for the green lamp. Okay, and these are for the purpose of the night indication. Okay, at night, on position of the signal that indicate by the horizontal red band and that indicates the danger sign, while during the daylight the red band indicates to the horizontal plane, and during the night the green light indicates the signal that is off, so that we can move with our main line. The next, that is the calling on signals. Well, this indicates of small arm fixed on a home signal post below the main semaphore arm. When the main home signal is in the horizontal position, it is called as the off position, and it indicates that the train is permitted to proceed cautionary on the line till it comes across the next stop signal. Okay, so thus the calling on signal is meant to call the train which is waiting beyond the home signal, and such type of signal is useful when the main signal fails, and in order to receive the train an authority letter has to be sent to the driver of the waiting train to instruct to proceed for the station against what it indicates by the signal. So these are the different types of signals that are being used for this signaling, okay, with a different purpose. Okay, now after signaling we have to discuss about that interlocking. Well, how we define this interlocking? So this interlocking can be defined as an arrangement of signals, points and other apparatus which are so interconnected by means of mechanical or the electrical locking that they can be operated in predetermined sequence to ensure that there is no conflicting movement of signals and points and the train can run safely. So it is we can consider as a device or a kind of system which is prepared or which is constructed with a mean to ensure the safety of the trains. With the increase in the number of points and signals and also the requirement of this high speed, it has become necessary to eliminate the human error in this interlocking or in the signaling. Okay, and for that we need to provide such type of interlocking. Well, here the points and signals are set in such a way that cabin man or the controller cannot lower the signal for the reception of a train unless the corresponding points have been set and locked. The signal is thus interlocked with the points in a way that there is no conflicting movement is possible and the train can move or train can run safely. The signal and interlocking system is so designed that the failure of any equipment result in turning on the signals, thus that ensure the train safety. Okay, we have two different types of method of interlocking: key interlocking and the mechanical interlocking. Now let's see what is key interlocking. It is the simplest method of interlocking and this still exists on the branch line of small stations on Indian Railways. This method involves the manipulation of keys in one form or some of the another form. This type of interlocking is normally provided with a speed limit below the 50 km/h. Talking about the mechanical interlocking, well, this interlocking is an improved version form of interlocking compared to this key interlocking, and it provides much greater safety and it requires less manpower for its operation, as the functionality or the functions is being done mechanically. Okay, so this was about signaling and interlocking. I hope students you understand this topic properly. Thank you so much for your kind attention. I will see you in the next lecture.